hear ye, citizens and visitors of Peaceland, this day, the 10th day in the month of Hammer, henceforth is to be known throughout the continent of Lohia Della as the Restoration of Souls. Many thanks to the brave heroes who managed to discover the cause of the death curse and put an end to its evil. Remember those reverberations I talked about in the finale of Tomb of Annihilation? In this instance, the party has returned to Peaceland, and it is fairly common knowledge that Zayli the Ranger, Torin the Paladin, Nala the Druid, and Barakas the Rogue all had something to do with the end of the death curse, though Sindra Sylvain has spent time spreading the party's names and achievement to her well-connected colleagues. The party's downtime is quite productive. Torin learned how to forge unbreakable arrows and, after convincing the party to help him purchase and set up a forge in the backyard, sends Zayli out to find the primary reagent, porcupine quills. Barakas and Nala tag along, though Nala spends the time sunbathing in the trees as a squirrel while Barakas tries to tame a wild porcupine. It goes about as well as you'd expect. Barakas fails an animal handling check and gets swiped. Barakas takes out his rapier and stabs the porcupine, causing him to get swiped again. Barakas fails another animal handling check and gets swiped. This back and forth eventually ends when Barakas is downed. The porcupine runs off, and Nala has to intervene on Barakas' behalf. Man, Barakas get iced by a porcupine. An irate Zayli finishes the killing and dequilling of enough porcupines to make 20 unbreakable arrows. While Torin is busy forging, Zayli visits the most prominent weaver in Peaceland to pick up a dress she commissioned before the party left for Chult. It is an elaborate purple dress with gold trim, complete with a cathedral-length veil and cape. What can I say? She has expensive tastes. But alas, we find ourselves at the annual Guilds Moot. Many guilds are present. The guilds are the Emerald Enclave, the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Gentarim, the Azorius Senate, the Boros Legion, the House of Demir, the Golgari Swarm, the Cult of Rakdos, and the Selesnya Conclave. Barakas wants to hide behind a pillar so Barakas can stalk potential troublemakers.
What does a potential troublemaker look like to you, Barakas?
Someone who has food meant for Barakas.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna talk to these guilds people or whatever.
Zayli walks over to the Order of the Gauntlet's table, manned by an unremarkable half-elf. Upon recognizing Zayli, the half-elf suddenly exclaims, "Hey! I heard you four killed a dragon with training swords and blunt arrows. Come here and sign up to be a warrior for a righteous cause."
I'm good.
Nala, curious about the Harpers, walks over to investigate. "We've heard of your deeds, Delmarev Nala. Care to learn more about the Harpers? Or are you ready to join? Not here for a guild. Just exploring." "Oh, that's such a shame. But if you wish to reconsider, please do not hesitate to contact us." Nala politely excuses herself and moves on. Not interested, huh? "I'm here as a bouncer. I'm not joining up with any of these unless they've got something good." Fair enough. Did you see where Barakas got to? Last I checked, he was hiding in a corner. Barakas was indeed hiding, as well as a 7-foot-tall tiefling can hide in plain sight, of course. He's in the middle of scribing tidbits of conversation he overhears, for reasons known only to himself. Barakas is struggling because writing is hard. You don't say. Barakas wonders when we can go get food. Anytime, honestly. Just give one of us heads up in case trouble starts and we need you. Zayli walks near the Gentarim table, but quickly remembers her interactions with them in the Chilton jungle. Unsurprisingly, she decides to move on.
Stupid Gentarim. Anyway.
The Emerald Enclave's table is deserted save for a female half-orc and a drow. The half-orc is patiently trying to attract the attention of passers-by, while the drow has clearly had enough of this assignment. "You there! You're those adventurers who went into that death tomb. Come on over. We could use help from actually competent people, especially since none of these wits want to talk to a half-orc or a drow." There is a silence that forms in a 15-foot radius surrounding the table. People just quietly stare at the drow after his outburst. "Help with what?" "Help keeping civilization out of nature and vice versa. Surely you're familiar with the mission of the Emerald Enclave." "To be honest, I don't remember anything about you."
"Oh, come on. It'll be fun. You look like a druid, aren't you?"
"Yes. Here on other commitments, though. Not ready to sign with anyone just yet."
"What other commitments?"
"Personal business."
Hurrah! Personal business.
I assume you're familiar with the term.
Hey, Sif, tell her she needs to let that go and join us.
Do whatever you have to do. That's fine. But druids belong here with us in the Emerald Enclave. Our numbers have dwindled since the Soulmonger was a thing, and we could use all the help we can get. I'll keep it in mind. Nala quickly excuses herself as Zayli approaches another table. At the Boros Legion's banner stands a winged female angel with blood-red hair, yellow eyes, and gold-adorned plate armor. She looks at Zayli with mild, polite interest, but says nothing.
Hello! How fare you, little gnome? Not so little. I could pick you up. You're welcome to try. I'll even let you.
Zayli easily hefts the angel. The angel is surprised by Zayli's strength, though she seems unpanicked.
I'd be grateful if you would put me down. You are not as you seem. How about you join us for glory in the Boros Legion? Tell me more about who you are. We at the Boros Legion favor strength of arms, but also the stout of heart. Unlike those in the Azorius Senate, we do not blindly enforce the law when the law would hurt those it seeks to protect. We dedicate our entire forces to fighting spies from the House of Demir and all those who seek to do ill to the common people. While I'm definitely down with the common people, I'll take this into consideration, though I do not know who the Azoria are.
The angel clears her throat and glances over at the recruiting table for the Azorius Senate.
If you try the table over there, you can speak with the spineless law-enforcing cowards. They're spineless because they abide the law? They enforce the law blindly, regardless of who it might hurt. That is spineless. Those who are truly intelligent and truly understand what people need understand the necessity of nuance. They have none of that, nor would they respect it. Oh, I definitely agree with that. I like your style, lady. We were not properly introduced. What is your name? Zaylee Timbers. Pleased to meet you, Zaylee. I am Armeta. Pleased to meet you, Armeta.
Bedikus continues to play secret agent, sneaking in between the pillars of the Grand Hall. Bedikus is sneaky and will sneak unnoticed. So wouldn't you just walk normally? Torin is right. Bedikus will go somewhere quiet to cast Bedikus' darkness spell. Darkness spell? Zaylee is talking to the weird winged woman and Bedikus thinks Zaylee is in trouble. Bedikus suddenly drops his darkness spell right on Armeta and Zaylee, just as the latter is walking away.
Bodikus, you wit.
Zaylee, run! You're in trouble. Bedikus saves the day with darkness.
Bodikus, if I run, I'm going to run to kill you because I hate this shit.
Bedikus is proud of Bedikus' self. Bedikus has saved the day.
Bedikus suddenly feels an extraplanar presence and notices his darkness is dispelled. The angel near Zaylee looks Bedikus dead in his eyes in a reprimanding way before she goes about her business.
Zaylee did not run. Bedikus has failed.
Zaylee walks towards the next table. A woman dressed in dark clothing stands alone. Zaylee can see some blue, glowing slash marks on the woman's otherwise unmarred face, though the woman's hair looks scaly and her neck seems to have some kind of plant matter on it.
You're not Yuan-Ti, are you?
The woman casually looks Zaylee over while her hair becomes a nest of calmly hissing snakes.
Oh, you're a Medusa.
I prefer the term Gorgon, but yes, one could call me a Medusa. Have you come to join the Golgari swarm?
Cool, yeah, nope.
Well, if you change your mind...
Zaylee has already walked far from the Gorgon, though the latter seems unbothered by such treatment. In truth, few treat Gorgons politely, giving those few a chance to have invaluable allies. Bedikus walks over to the Azorius Senate's table.
Hello, brothers at arms. What can Bedikus do to service you today?
Are you blind, buddy? I'm a girl, first off. But if you're interested in joining the Azorius Senate, we'd be happy to have you.
You're a girl? Oh, what can Bedikus do as part of the Azor's Senate?
Well, first you'll need to learn how to enforce laws properly, unlike those buffoons at the Boros Legion. But gradually, you will rise to the point where we ask you to undertake dangerous missions by yourself to handle individuals who do not obey the law and only respect force.
Oh man, Bedikus is happy to announce Bedikus is already a member of the city guard and Bedikus fully follows the law. Most of the time.
Good for you, sir. Perhaps it would be best if you kept walking.
Very well, ma'am. You have yourself a pleasant day.
And you. Nala moves over to a lavishly decorated table on which stands a crazed-looking man dressed in extravagant entertainer's clothes. The man suddenly sees Nala and a wild grin forms on his face. So, it's one of the Soul Stealer killers. Have any skills for entertaining people? No, going the other way. Oh no! Come join us at Rakdos, sister! Walking away faster. With all of their options explored, I gave my players the ability to join a guild if they choose. They also have the option to forego choosing a guild, though guild membership has its perks. Here are the players' choices. Zaylee and Torin both joined the Boros Legion. Nala chose the Emerald Enclave. Bedikus chose not to join a guild. With their choices made, the party resumes observing the proceedings. The air pressure begins to change, rhythmically pressing in and out. Screams of panicked terror can be heard from the city, and the attendees begin stampeding towards the exit, trampling the less fortunate in their haste. The ceiling above the party has begun to turn red and emit heat at a shockingly fast rate. Alaron moves to the middle of the floor and casts a variety of spells to reinforce the ceiling.
Bedikus will play a sad tune on Bedikus' accordion.
Zaylee and Torin sprint out of the building, but Bedikus has remained near Alaron and Nala has paused at the door. Alaron, maybe you want to come outside and deal with this issue? Alaron sighs to himself and continues to try and fight back against the forces attempting to collapse his keep.
Bedikus, It is time for you to leave. Medicus does not need to be told twice. Butticus scrambles over the rubble as Torin runs up to the entrance with Nala. Alaron, you can't stay here. Nala and Torin leap backwards as the ceiling suddenly collapses, burying Alaron in several tons of rubble. 4 red dragons, larger than most of the buildings in Peaceland, are wreaking havoc on the city. Hapless citizens are turned into ash and buildings are set ablaze. Several guild representatives are trying to help citizens escape, though Nala, Torin, and Butticus hear something roared in Draconic.
Find the Draghorn! Find it!
Okay, so we need to find this Draghorn. What is a Draghorn? Oh, yeah.
Guys, we need to f***ing go. We took Tinder down, but we can't handle 4 dragons several times her size.
The party makes the only sensible choice and runs away, allowing the red dragons to wreak havoc on Alaron's keep. The assault stops as a dragon plunges down into the keep and re-emerges with a massive purple horn. Even at a distance, the party can make out sinisterly glowing sigils along the length of the horn, though the dragons soon depart with haste, growing smaller and smaller as they soar into the distance. Medicus thinks now is a good time to visit a tavern. The others quietly agree, and together, the party plods over to the nearest tavern. Along the way, Boblia and Zandala come running, the latter looking relieved that her girlfriend is in one piece. Zandala brings the knowledge that Vengeance and the goblins have barricaded the house and are defending it with a rapier and crossbows. The tavern is silent, save for the ordering of occasional drinks. The tavern door suddenly opens and a thickly built man walks through the door and surveys the room. He walks towards the party, stopping 10 feet back before speaking. Is this a bad time? It is, actually, yes.
It's the worst time!
Okay, where can I find you later?
The guild hall where we reside.
And that is?
Sick Deep Waterville.
I will look for you tomorrow. Enjoy your night. The man curtly turns, the dull thuds of his boots on the wood floor echoing as he departs the tavern.
Oh, we will, mother...
Zandala is using prestidigitation to set off fireworks in the tavern, much to the owner's chagrin. That is, until she accidentally makes a firework too large and a table erupts on fire. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Someone help. Please turn off the table.
Turn off the table?
Butticus does not know tables can be turned on.
Turn off the table? You can't turn off tables, Zandala!
Butticus cannot find the tables off button. Someone help Butticus.
Don't talk to Zandala that way, face.
Butticus could cook some fingers on this table, if only they were not rotten. Ah, Butticus.
I like Zandala.
Okay, then speak to her with more respect.
It's fine. Just turn off the table. Someone. All my spells are explosive. I don't want to burst anything and I didn't prepare water spells. Nala, apparently the only one capable of putting out the fire, starts grabbing mugs of ale and throwing them on the table. After a few minutes, the table is extinguished. The rest of the night is uneventful, as is the morning when hangovers are nursed. Early in the afternoon, there is a knock at the guild hall door. The man from the previous evening has returned. I finally found this place after visiting almost every other guild hall by mistake. Now that I'm here, may I have your ears? Depends on what you need. Butticus is currently using Butticus's ears. Well, I need your help. You see, a tyrant has taken over the neighboring land of Barovia, and we desperately need people to help overthrow this tyrant. I represent an interest of Barovia, and can pay you partially in advance for your services if you need. Can Butticus keep all the fingers? And by interest you mean? My benefactor, effectively. Does your benefactor have fingers Butticus can have? I assume not. And who is your benefactor? I doubt you've heard of him, but he is known as the Burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich of the village of Barovia. And he was the one overthrown, I'm assuming. No, but he is one of the good people left trying to keep the evil tyrant from slaughtering everyone in the land. But we are losing day and night. I'm afraid he will not hold out much longer. Who's the tyrant? We call him the Usurper, the Destroyer, the Endless Hunger.
Lovely.
How long has he been doing this? Since before I was born, some 40 years ago. How many times have you tried to solve this problem and it has gone badly? No one will take me up on my offer, despite the significant amount of gold I can offer for help. Oh no, we are too busy with our own problems to aid in yours.
That's exactly what they say?
Sometimes they curse me. Sometimes they spit upon me and tell me my kind aren't welcome.
What are your kind?
We are Vistana, or you may know us by our ancestors, gypsies. The man hefts a bag of gold and holds it out. If you help us out, this bag is yours, plus whatever treasures you can find in our desolate land. What can you tell us about the usurper? It is said he does not sleep, eat, or breathe. They say he is eternal, but he is not as strong as some of the most powerful of ancient, twisted magics. He came to power after being a very successful warlord. Despite his success in military matters, he would fight an endlessly losing battle for love.
For love?
He loved a woman who would not, or could not, love him back.
So he turned into a boy?
It does sound like the story of how I became a boy.
That's a way to say it.
Did he kill her?
Well, I only know of the legend of the Blood Wedding.
Is it similar to the Red Wedding?
What is the Red Wedding?
Never mind.
He's not aiming to do anything. He's just taken a place and is being a with no driving motivation. It's weird he's not trying to reach a goal. He doesn't sacrifice people to ascend or anything.
It is said he preys on the living and turns them into things worse than death. I have yet to verify this with my own eyes.
Who would know more about this guy?
Not anyone here, but there is a seer named Madame Eva. She should be able to tell you more.
How hopeful are we feeling, guys?
Fairly.
Anywhere but here for me. Fair enough. We'll probably have to deal with him sooner or later.
To whom should I hand the payment before I leave?
We don't really need the money.
I agree.
Then I leave it as my thanks. When you leave Peaceland, travel west into the misty forest. Once there, continue west for a couple more days and you will come across the gate to Barovia. Follow the old Svalich path. It will take you to Madame Eva and some answers.
Sounds like a plan.
I would take my leave.
And where are you going?
Home. I would tell my people that our saviors are nigh.
Okay, chill.
Are you sure you want to announce us ahead of time?
If you prefer not, I will tell only my trusted friends.
Guys, thoughts?
Seems like he's going to tell people regardless.
I guess we're not worried. Do as you like.
My thanks unto you. May our path to us in Barovia be swift and bereft of horrors.
With that, the man leaves quietly. I'm going to spend a couple days in the keep helping clear rubble and organizing relief efforts, as is expected of me. We'll head to Barovia in 3 days, if that's okay. It's settled! After 3 days of helping with repairs and laying Alaron to rest, the party heads west towards this mysterious Barovia and the unknown tyrant.
It is as you commanded, my lord. Your newest guests arrive within the week.
You are dismissed, Adagal. Rahadin! My lord. Secure the castle. I wish to visit the peasant girl this eve. As you wish. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share this video on your Twitter, Facebook, or other social media, and consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. A special thank you to my patrons, and I'll see you all